and that's a nice segue, I think, on the technology front. I don't think it would be fair to let you get away without having to answer one of the questions that we're asking everyone that comes on the show at the moment around AI and automation. So specifically, do you see them as an opportunity or a threat to HR?
Well, it could be both, and I guess that depends on the HR function that you happen to be working in. So, I think it's almost like HR is a little bit of a crossroads, and and whether the function is boosted or diminished by AI and automation probably depends on the path it takes. So, where a leadership team, HR leadership team, embraces the possibilities, you can see automation, of rudimentary and routine tasks leading to a faster, more efficient, and better user experience, and more human-centered for that matter. And in parallel, it's fairly easy to envisage that by taking that human-centered approach and harnessing analytics, agile methodologies, and digital technologies, HR can lead the way in designing a better and more highly personalized employee experience. We're seeing that happening in organizations already. And I think if that is the direction that an HR function takes, or CHRO takes, and the HR is clearly going to add more value to the organization, it's going to improve its profile, it's going to play a leading role in the future direction that the company takes, and ultimately help the company be more successful. And I guess in companies like these, McKinsey's vision of the G3 of the CHRO, the CFO, and the CEO kind of running the company together, you can see that happening. And I think that will happen, and it is happening in a number of organizations already. The other road is probably much less palatable for HR and may lead to a severely shrunken, purely administrative and frankly irrelevant function. I hope that doesn't happen. I don't believe it will. I said people analytics is a highly collaborative, kind of field, and I think the same is with HR actually at the end of the day as well. And people will see what the likes of Diane is doing at IBM, what Lena's doing at Unilever, what Tanush is doing at Standard Chartered, and they'll want to emulate that within their organisations as well. Of course, it's good to learn from what other organisations are doing. You need to make that relevant within your own organisation, and ultimately, I'm sure if you ask most people in HR whether they want to be doing boring rudimentary work, the answer will be no. And if we can use technology to automate that, and at the same time help make HR more strategic and more value adding to the organisation, and then, as I said, an enabler of employee experience and culture, then that's got to be a good thing. That's where I think HR is going. So I think overall it's more of an opportunity than a threat.
In this series, we will be speaking to a range of senior leaders who are pushing a data-driven and digital HR agenda. Make sure that you subscribe via your podcast app of choice, and also via our YouTube channel for free and regular interviews with the digital HR leaders of the future.